Quan brought up a question within our text message stream. And he was talking about school choice, and the effects that it could and or will have, specifically on the band culture. Quan, you want to expound on that just a little bit?
Yeah. So what's going on for those that specifically in the state of Texas? If you're looking at our specific legislator, one of the legislative laws for the Universal Education Act, I believe, is about to pass, or it's either passed. And so basically, from my understanding, what's going on is they're really trying to push and change people's tax dollars that taxpayers can basically shift their money, so to speak, like where they want. So you're going to have more money in the charter school, private school sector, and somewhat less in the public school sector. If I'm wrong, my apologies, but that's my gist and understanding thus far. And so a lot of districts are going to have school choice, basically meaning a kid can go where they want. So a lot of the times for us, what tends to happen is kids in the hood, they're the best athletes or whatnot. So then they go to the upper echelon neighborhoods and schools. And so they're, quote unquote, magnet programs, do credit program, and they get bused to the good schools. So you lose your good band kids, you lose your athletic kids, your smart top tier kids. And so what tends to happen is the bottom, I don't want to say the bottom, but the middle to lower class students or achieving students ends up, staying at your neighborhood, predominantly Black and Hispanic schools. And so that's what's going on now. So like when I was talking to a band director, he was like, yeah, we got a magnet program here. So I'm pulling kids from everywhere, which that's good on his part. But what about the other band director that they don't have a dual credit program and he don't have a feeder pattern? So I just think over some time, you're going to see some super powerhouse band programs that's going to be taking kids from other areas, and they're going to be the big show style band. And they might be the only big show style band in that area instead of spreading the wealth. Yeah.
So what I kind of said in the text message stream, and I'll be very honest with it, I kind of think that's happening already anyway. And it was kind of happening way before then, way before now in most cases. So for those of you guys who don't know, I do have my master's degree, and one of the studies that I did was on the PVIL, which is the Prairie View International League or Intercollegiate League, which was the all Black league before UIL took over in the state of Texas. Well, and this was during segregation, so on and so forth. But once all of the integration and things like that happened, well, that kind of was happening anyway, because a lot of the great teachers were being sent to the more affluent schools. A lot of the better kids were being bused to the more affluent schools. And so in a lot of cases, what you were left with was the kids that were going to stay there. A lot of band programs folded. And so I think that we're kind of seeing those effects now based on the fact that, you have these, what are they called? College readiness, college career tech, whatever things that are happening in these schools now. Specifically, I know here in the state of Texas, I don't know if it's happening anywhere else, but some of the schools that don't have it, then those schools are going to get those kids that want to be a part of that program. Whereas that ain't necessarily going to happen for the schools that, don't have it. So, I think that's going to hurt a lot of band programs in the long run. But again, I think that's kind of what's happening anyway. I think a lot of these teachers that are, excuse me, I got to say this, teaching in the trenches are kind of getting this situation happening. Portia, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's been happening all along. People using other people's addresses because this football team over here is better.
Hey. Now, let's not do that. I used somebody else's address to go to Willow Ridge, okay? I was not zoned to Willow Ridge. Let's not put my business out on front.
So you a product.
I'm saying
you would have been at Sharpstown. Talking about doodaloo.
No. I was zoned to Madison.
Ooh.
I was on the Madison.
You would have been the Marlin.
Exactly.
You'd have been in the madhouse.
So it was Madison or Willow Ridge. You tell me which decision I was gonna make. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to the carpeted floor high school. That's where I was going. Sorry.
Yeah. So no worries. So